Hello my dear students, I hope you people are fine. So in this video let us continue with the typical configuration of computer system chapter. Under that we have to discuss the input output ports and the interfaces. In our previous video we have completed with the disk controller, under that hard disk drive controller and the floppy disk drive controller. Now as I said, the IO stand for the input output and the port is nothing but it's a socket on the computer that is used to connect the external devices to the computer. So external devices like mouse, printers, then your USB, that is your pen drive or Ethernet card, or your external speakers or mic, any such external devices you want to connect to your computer, you have to make use of these ports, and these ports usually appear on the rarer side of your computer system. Rarer side in the sense back end of your computer system. So you can see this slide. So this image you can see all these ports are available at the rarer end of your that is the computer system. Now there are several type of the ports to be discussed, that is such like serial port, parallel port, USB, AGP. Okay, different ports we have to discuss. So let us start with the first port, that is the serial port. This serial port, usually called as the communication ports, they are used for connecting the communication devices like mouse and the modems. If I need to connect the external devices like mouse and the modems, usually I'll choose this port known as the serial port. Now why the name is being given for the as serial? Because in this serial port it transfer the data serially one bit at a time, and usually it needs only a single wire to transmit that one bit of the data. That means a single time only it can transfer one bit of the data. For example, if I had to transfer 1 byte of the data, it usually takes 8 times longer to transfer the data, because we know that 1 byte is equal to 8 bits, right? So since the transfer of only 1 bit takes at a particular time, it takes 8 times longer in order to transfer the 1 byte of the data. Any computer usually comes with the 2 serial ports installed on the rarer back side of your computer system. Always there will be 2 serial ports. For an example, I can show you here. Here also you can see. Usually they will be coming with the usually they'll be having 2. Now almost all the modern computers are having the 2 serial ports installed on the rarer side of your computer, and these have 2 various varieties of communication ports or serial ports. One will come with the 9-pin ports and the other one will come with the 25-pin ports. Okay, so olden motherboards are usually having only one serial port, but the newer version of your computer systems are usually provide with the 2 serial ports, and these serial ports might be of at least one of the 9-pin ports or the 25-pin ports. So moving on to the next, that is the parallel port. Okay, now this parallel port is again another type of the port that we can find on the back side of the computer, is known as the parallel port. Now these ports are usually used to connect the external input output devices like printers or the scanner. Printer it is an output device, whereas the scanner is it is an input device. So in order to connect the external input output device, we are using this kind of parallel ports. So these parallel port usually carry 8 bits of a data at a time, whereas in case of serial only 1 bit of a data was being carried. Whereas in case of parallel ports, at least 8 bits, that means 1 byte of a data at a time it can carry. Hence they provide the facility of parallel transfer of the data. Simultaneously parallel transfer of the data will be taken place. Parallel ports is one of the faster way for the computer to communicate with the input output devices, because it is providing the facility for to transfer their data parallelly. Okay, whereas in case of serial data, one bit at a time, and it was using single wire. Here it is using the parallel wires, it is using to transfer the data. And usually these parallel ports come with a 25 pin connector, you can see here. Okay, 25 pin connector. So these are usually used to connect the input output devices like printers or the scanners. Okay, here I can show you. Yeah, this is a serial port. Okay, this is the serial port and this is the parallel port. Okay, this is again the parallel port. Different kinds of this is this is a parallel port. Different kinds of devices. This is actually this is a PowerPoint connector it is. So for that we have both the parallel as well as a serial pin connector. So this is actually PowerPoint connector, that device it is. This is your computer. This is a 25 pin connector, and the usually your computer system will come with the 2 pin serial ports, no, one of a 9 pin, or it may come with a 25 pin ports. So usually higher version computer system all will come with a 25 pin ports. Normal computer system usually come with the 9 pin serial ports. I hope you are understanding when we have to use the serial port and for what reason, and when we are using the parallel ports. Okay, moving on to the next one, that is the IDE ports, that is integrated digital electronics. This almost we have already studied this in case of the hard disk controller, isn't it? As we have already discussed about this IDE driver, that is that's while discussing the hard disk controller. The first ever standard, that is the hard disk controller, is the IDE standard drive, that is integrated digital electronics drive. So this advanced technology, it is also called as advanced technology attachment, isn't it? That allows external devices to communicate with the motherboard. That means this IDE is acting as an interface for all the different kinds of external devices to communicate with your motherboard, like hard disk or the floppy disk drive or your CD. So usually this IDE port, now this is what is IDE port onto the motherboard. This port allows the IDE devices like CD-ROM drives or the hard disk drives to get connected to the motherboard through a port known as the IDE port. I hope you are understanding. Okay, so I was telling that hard disk drive, the operating system should able to detect your hard disk drive, then only you can able to your internal hard disk drive will be detected by the operating system. Then where you have to make the connection, where you have to mount that your internal hard disk onto the motherboard is by using this IDE port. Understood? So moving on to the next one, that is the USB, that is Universal Serial Bus Port. I hope you are very much familiar with the USB port. USB port is nothing but the port where you are injecting or connecting your pen drive. This is the port. And okay, so I can show you here. Yeah, this is the port where you are inserting your pen drives to the computer system. So usually this USB port is a kind of a standardized way to connect the variety of newer peripherals to a computer. Usually this USB port, nowadays the higher end version of computer system, through the USB port itself you can connect the printers, scanners. You can also connect the digital camera. Suppose you have recorded certain videos or something in your digital camera, then by using the USB cable. USB cable is nothing but your mobile charger. Mainly in at the front end you have the connector, later you have the wire, right? That is nothing but the USB wire. Okay, that is USB wire. So similarly, a digital cameras also you can transfer the data from your digital camera to your computer system by making use of the USB cable, by connecting that cable to these of USB port. Understood? And also, so it also help to connect the web cameras, also joystick, external speakers, all those things, external devices, external different kinds of newer peripheral devices. It will help to connect to the computer system by using this USB port. And if I'm using this USB port, usually USB port provides 12 megabits per second data transfer rate. So if I'm using the serial port, hardly it is 1 bit per second. Okay, if I'm using parallel port, the data transfer between these port through this parallel port is almost 8, that is 1 byte, that is 8 bits. Now where that is data transfer it is taking place? Suppose when you connect your pen drive to your computer system, there you are, if you are copying your data from your pen drive to your computer system, means first your USB has to be get connected by the it should be recognized by your operating system. That means this USB port will communicate, it will request to the CPU first. It will request to the CPU for the processing purpose. CPU will get connected to the memory slots, and then it will allow you to copy the contents of your pen drive to your computer system. So the data transfer between your pen drive to your CPU for the processing purpose, it is using 12 megabits per second, which is the faster. Whereas in case of this parallel we are using for the printers and scanners. Now when I give the print command from my computer to one of the printer, means the data transfer between that printer to the CPU for the processing purpose, it is taking how much? That is 1 byte. Comparatively it is slower. And this USB port, it is allowing 127 different devices in order to connect to the computer system. 127 different kinds of newer peripherals may connect through this USB port. So this USB port is usually called as plug and play interface between the computer and the add-on devices. Add-on devices are mouse, printers. They are externally getting added to your computer systems, no, isn't it? Like a new device can be added to the computer without having any kind of adapter card, or without turning the computer off. Suppose think that your computer system is having just a monitor, keyboard and mouse. You want you want to play certain video, and your computer system doesn't have an speakers. Then what you do? Some external speakers you will try to connect to your computer system, so that you can able to get the sound. So when you are connecting that external speaker, you just need to have the USB cable, that's it, which is similarly your mobile charger cable. You don't need an extra adapter for it. Similarly, when you want to pass you want to copy the contents from your mobile device to your computer system, you're just using the USB cable, directly your charger cable you're using, and you're connecting to the computer, and your mobile device will get connected by it will get recognized in your computer system, isn't it? Then you'll be able to open all the contents in your mobile, and you are able to copy. And you are not using any extra facility, you are not using an extra any adapter to connect your mobile to your computer system except the cable, isn't it? That is the reason this USB is usually called as the plug and play interface, that will provide connecting your external devices with the computer system without using any kind of an external adapter. So this was all about the USB port. Okay. Moving on to the next one, that is the PS2 port. That is PS2 port. Okay, this PS2 port, it is actually being developed by the company, that is the IBM. So this port is usually provides an interface for the devices like keyboards, and usually it will help to connect the pointing devices like mouse, trackball or the touchpad. Wherever we need to point for any kinds of icons on your desk, icons on your computer system, or whatever, touchpad or joystick, usually we are able to point certain things on your computer system. Such kinds of devices are being connected to this PS2 port. Via this port we are connecting to the computer system. And usually this PS2 port, which actually stands for the personal system 2 port, that PS actually stands for personal system 2 port, and it is also called as mouse port, because most of the computers has PS2 port to connect to the mouse. So this is the port where you are connecting your mouse device to your computer system, and it usually uses the synchronous serial signals to communicate between the keyboard and the mouse to the computer. The synchronous serial signals, in the sense the data transfer between the mouse and the keyboard will be usually by using a single serially your data will be passing, not parallelly. Parallelly means simultaneously more number of bits you can transfer. So whenever your computer system, you may operate your system through the mouse, or you may operate, sometimes you may operate with the keyboard, or sometimes while giving the input you may use the keyboard, or by you, whenever you are using the certain options in your computer system, you may use the mouse. So there should be the communication between the keyboard and the mouse. In that case, this port is usually using the synchronous serial signals to communicate between the keyboard and the mouse to the computer system, where the data has been passed serially. Moving on to the next port, that is the AGP port. AGP port is nothing but, that is called as an accelerated graphics port. So here in this slide we don't have, so we'll see here. Yeah, this is the AGP port. Okay, here also you can see, yes, this is the AGP port on your motherboard. So this AGP port is usually used to connect the graphic card. Okay, as we have already discussed about this. Okay, it provides a very high end graphics for the computer system, and it provides a very high speed video performance, but okay, which are usually used in the gaming purpose and any other multimedia applications that are extensively used they are using the graphics. If they are using, then we are having the accelerated graphics port. It's a port where the graphics card is been mounted into this. How these are the RAM slots, how we have the RAM slot and we are placing that RAM slot into this memory slots, isn't it? Same way we also have a graphic card, so we are placing that graphic card into a port known as the AGP port, that is the accelerated graphics port. Okay, and this AGP port is one of the faster way to access for the graphics card that provides the enhanced visual experience for the user. They are providing you the 3D dimensional gaming purpose. In that case, this AGP, it is providing the graphics for the computer use. Understood? Next, we are moving on to the SCSI port, that is the small computer system interface port. So there is one port like SCSI. So this kind of a port, this is also similar to the other ports. Okay, that it will actually comes in the IO ports. Okay, it is usually comes in the input output ports. So this SCSI port, it is providing an adding an external devices such as high speed hard disk. If you are having high speed hard disk or the high end scanners and the CD-ROM drives if are there, then through this small computer system interface port we are connecting that, because this SCSI provides the faster data transfer rate for the input output operations. Input output operations means if in order to read and write the operations, read and write the contents to your CPU, then we are using this SCSI port. Usually these SCSI ports are very expensive because they provide the faster data transfer rate, they provide a very high speed, and they also require certain dedicated adapters to function. So these usually SCSI usually comes with the 25 and the 50 pin connectors. See, we have the different ports like PS2 port, we have AGP port, we have USB port. But comparatively to all those ports, we have one special port known as small computer system interface port, which provides the very high data transfer rate with the, and it always deals with the high end hard disk, okay, and the high end scanners or the CD-ROM drives. Only if it's with such devices it will provide you the data transfer rate. Usually they come with the 25 or the almost 50 pin connectors. So these were all about the different kinds of ports we had, and still more ports we are having like visual VGA port, power connector, wire port and all. So those ports we will study in our next video. I hope students you are able to understand what kind of the different ports we are using to in order to connect the different components of a computer system. So I hope the concepts are clear. So watch the video carefully, solve the assignment, take care of yourself, study thoroughly, okay, and then thank you students.